Are you comfortable working in a fast-paced environment? You mean a poorly managed one? Am I at work or is Tom Cruise chasing me across a rooftop? Fast-paced environment, that's corporate speak for please work here. Everybody keeps quitting because the owner's emotionally abusive. Things move fast here. No, they move fast in the Love Island villa. We're inside a Kohl's. The translation is this: we need you to do 15 different jobs while only getting paid for one. Oh yeah, because I'm a Swiss Army knife. I'm multi-talented and completely unable to have a retirement account.
I do like the way that he thinks.
I like his style. What can I say? Yeah, I mean, it's some of our most constant work is undisciplined organizations that grew too fast, or they don't want to actually create a playbook.
Yeah.
And one of the hardest things we do is when companies have had a little bit of success, it's very hard to tell them either A, your success is in danger of running out, or B,
how successful would you have been
you
if
could
you
have
had
been.
Yeah, you've been successful, but could you have been more successful
Even more.
if you'd had better organization? Look, organization is coordination and coordination is efficiency.
Yeah, and like this guy said, there's only so much you can expect out of people before eventually they stop giving you the extra.
I think we saw that a lot during the Great Resignation. You know, like these employees had, you know, they knew they'd gone through a crisis. You know, people were either, you know, retiring immediately or dying. And so there were holes. And they were seeing like their coworkers move to other jobs and make a lot more money. But there were a number of people who were really devoted and they would try to stay. And they'll do that for a while.
Yeah.
Because they care about their coworkers and they care about the organization. They'll do that for a while. But eventually, you can't put so many jobs on somebody and not pay them any differently and think that they're going to do that forever.
Yep. People leave. Yep. All right. Good.
So as some of you already know, Jacob quit last week. And as everybody knows, Jacob has been our #1 rep for the last 2 years and counting. And I wanted to tell everybody out in the open, transparently, what we are going to do about it. We are going to sue Jacob for $500,000. Okay, and this is because of the damages he's going to incur on our business for leaving. Okay, he's been the #1 rep for the last 2 years and counting. Him leaving is really going to hurt this business, and he knew that. Okay, so he's already been served. It's a $500,000 lawsuit, and we're waiting to hear back. But the other thing is it's going to set precedent for everyone here. This is what happens when you leave.
Oh boy.
Yep.
This goes to my argument for why your leaders need time off, or why everybody needs their PTO, because nobody should be in a position in an organization where they can't leave for short periods of time and that there's not enough talent below them to actually be able to cover.
Yeah.
And you need to develop your leadership
Did you ever
bench.
have we ever told that story about the person where they called you in for the coaching and you just had them basically take a day off? And
Yeah, this happens where like basically this employee,
a very important employee,
like
highly
did
paid.
an important job, highly paid, not easily replaceable, and was chewing people up.
Bad behavior.
Yeah, with bad behavior. And so they're ready to fire this person. And so I get called in because out of the two of us, I'm the one who gets those people.
Yeah. Well, not me.
And so I'm having a conversation and I like this person. And I'm like, I'm having him lay out his life, like how often he works, you know, all the different, basically he's not getting any time off.
And no sleep.
Because
he's on call during the night.
And his particular job actually requires him to often come in during that call. And so I was negotiating with him. He was fighting me about taking time off. I'm like, okay, if you're not going to take the time off that you're owed, then we're going to start small. And I want you to just take 1 day off a month. And then we're going to move to 1 day a week. And almost immediately he became the stellar employee that he'd always been, was behaved again. They were putting him on important committees.
Yeah, crazy.
And all I did was tell the man to take time off and get some sleep.
Yep, true story.
Ugh, they want me to come in early tomorrow.
Wait, really? How early?
10:45! The ping pong table is broken. Okay, like, fix it, right? Like, do they even care about culture? Office is out of LaCroix. Will receive a shipment by end of week. Okay, and at the same time, you want me to come into the office. Like, this is what I'm saying. The nap pods have been replaced with cold plunge, and we can't nap in the meditation rooms? Wine and Canvas bunny yoga canceled because the bunnies got laid off? No more kegs! Kevin has been replaced by an AI. Oh, well, saw that one coming.
So it's fun to make fun of the beer and the ping pong tables and the sleep pods and the high tech. But the fact is, almost nobody works in these companies. 0.00001% of people work in companies with work pods and nap rooms.
And I mean, strategically, I get what they were trying to do.
Yeah. If you had to draw in the highest educated, most computer savvy people, you might offer that stuff. But almost no companies have that. I can only, of all the companies we work in, I can only think of one that even comes close. And they do it because they're rich and they have an endless source of funding. That's all arms race stuff for the 0.0000001% of 20-year-olds who are at the cutting edge of technology.
Well, it's kind of the roller coaster race, or even like the hotel race. Like,
so amenities creep.
The amenities creep on the hotels, the bigger roller coaster and the amusement parks. Like, you set it up to get these very high valued employees, and the next organization over who needs to hire some people then ups the game, and you just keep upping the game on each other in terms of what you're actually offering. So I think there's a little bit of that in the video, but I also think that you want people to work, like, even 40 hours a week it takes up like all your time. Like, weekends are doing your laundry, and these companies are like, hey, we want them to work as much as they're willing to work. And so drop your dry cleaning off at work. And you don't need to leave the building to go eat. So it's kind of like going back to that other video where they were talking about the unlimited PTO and sort of the evil side for why an organization would do that. Well, there's an evil side to why an organization would also offer these things, is because they want to make it easier for you to stay and work longer.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was thinking as you were talking, like the difference between high tech and investment banking.
Yeah.
So they both basically expect a ton of work, but it's very transactional, in my opinion, in investment banking.
Oh, absolutely.
You're going to do all this work and you're going to be rich young. Whereas in high tech, you're going to do all this work. It may or may not work, but we're going to have beanbags and sleep pods. And I don't think that the investment banks have that stuff. I don't think there's a ping pong table in investment banks.
No. And so the startups do that because, it's hard to be a startup.
Yeah.
You don't have well-defined jobs. Everybody's doing a little bit of everything. And you don't have...
it may not work.
Yeah, you have very tight resources.
Yeah.
And potential for high failure rate. And so you have to offer things to people to take that job and take that risk to sort of counterbalance the security, possibly the salary that they would get elsewhere. Whereas investment banking, it's very structured. You know exactly what you're going to do. You're not going to come out of your lane unless, like, you decide to change jobs. And it's very secure in that if you do what they want you to do, you will make lots of money. And they have lots of money to pay. They don't have to give you the frills.
Yeah. The money is the frill.